So, let me be the first to say that I never really thought I would make a video on this specific topic. I didn't expect for this to honestly pop up in one of my videos. It was honestly one of the last few things I would ever think I would have ever talked about, but it's sort of a thing that came up in my personal life. Um, it was an interesting thing to look back on, and I honestly question my level of judgment in the decision that I made. And for the people who know this story and were sort of affected by my decision personally, let me just start off before I even go into what happened. I would like to issue you an apology for what I did because I let some of my personal feelings and lack of honest to God good intentions cloud my judgment, and I end up screwing a lot of people out on a couple things. So I guess let me just get into it. So as of a couple days ago, I was just talking to Gold Mario 13. I know him in real life. I was talking to him like, hey, I was thinking about some of my life choices. Like, I was showering the other day, and I was thinking about some of the life choices that I made. I mean, and for most, for the most better part of my life, I'm content with the choices I made. But there's one choice where I honestly feel like, am I really content with what I did, or do I feel some form of remorse, or am I happy? Am I sad? Am I whatever? So, to give you guys context, obviously, my junior year of high school, well, just my high school life period was sort of shitty. I mean, I'm sure everybody's, well, not everybody, but most, like, social outcasts' lives in high school were kind of shitty, not gonna lie. For me, I went to two separate high schools. Went to Denton High School in Texas, and that was up until like half of the year, and then I transferred to another school in North Carolina, and I finished up my school year. Well, the rest of my schooling there. So it was a bit of a difficult thing trying to move because, you know, when you're surrounded by a bunch of people you call friends, and, you know, you're used to things being a certain way and things going a certain way and doing certain things with certain people, and then for all of that to just go away just like that, it was an interesting. It was an adjustment. I'll say that it was an adjustment. So transferring to this new school, I didn't exactly get one of the warmest welcomes. I mean, obviously, if you guys, for any of you who know me personally, and that's a few of you, honestly, you know that at least in middle school, I was bullied a lot. So my outlook on just people was a real, like, oh, fuck everybody attitude. I don't give a shit. Unless you're a friend of mine, in which case I sort of give, for the most part, I give a shit. So when I transferred to this new high school, you know, it was an adjustment. It wasn't impossible to adjust, but it took a while to get used to, especially with the fact that, you know, again, I wasn't seeing people who I was normally used to seeing, the people who made me comfortable going to school every day. And it also didn't help. I mean, it was alright that I kind of got a clean slate because nobody knew me, but at the same time, I was the new kid, so that already kind of put a bit of a target on my back. And so going through this new high school was, it was interesting. I mean, everybody gets picked on regardless. I mean, again, since I was bullied for the better part of middle school and sort of ish going into the first high school originally that I went to, I already kind of was in a bit of a shitty mood when it came to just dealing with people. And so to sort of have encountered that, moving somewhere where I I thought that, oh, this will be actually pretty cool because, you know, nobody here knows me, nobody knows my past, nobody knows the shit I've been through. So, I mean, start off with, a blank slate and just build off from there, and, you know, it wasn't that good. It was alright. I mean, again, I made friends. I mean, you go anywhere, there's always going to be those few people who sort of stand out to you and, you know, honestly aren't that much of assholes where they join the crowd and join the norm. But this throughout my freshman and sophomore year was pretty, it was shitty. I'll give it that. And again, I wasn't making things any better for myself. I mean, for those of you who know me, you know I'm ADHD. I have a hard time sitting still, controlling my impulses. Hell, even recording now, I'm still kind of like, I'm in one of those like office rolling chairs that can like swivel, and I'm just kind of swiveling back and forth as I'm talking. I'm just that self-conscious about it. But yeah, so freshman, well, I mean, for the first half of my freshman year it was alright, but the second half of my freshman year at this new school, and then my entire sophomore year, I mean, yeah, I had friends, but it was still shitty, and I wasn't making things any better for myself. I mean, yeah, everybody has to learn to control themselves, have some form of self-control. For me, it was just a little more difficult than I would have liked for it to be. And, you know, I mean, I was always like that kid who was like really jittery, really tense, you know, the one who's kind of always muttering to himself, like, in class. And, you know, it was bad for me. Come junior year, you know, prom comes around, and the circle of friends that I had, Go Mario 13 included, we all planned to go to prom together, and we're all gonna have some big, like, just a great time, you know? This is gonna be fucking buckets of fun. We're gonna go there, we're gonna party, we're gonna have a good time. Or like, some of us may bring alcohol, get fucking plastered. Underage drinking, people, it's a wonder. It's a miracle. So they started telling us about prom. I think it was like sometime in like, what, March or some shit like that? March, April, sometime. It was like close to near the end of the year, like mid to the end of the year. I don't remember. Again, I didn't go. Well, I guess I'll get into that, but yeah, no, we all made this big plan to go, like it was gonna be some grandiose old thing, like, oh, hell yeah, we're gonna go, we're gonna party, we're gonna fucking have a damn good time, shit's gonna go wild. Fast forward to a week before prom is set to happen, and your boy flaked. I straight up just told him, like, Go Mario and another friend of mine knows why I didn't go. Well, the real reason why I didn't go. Everybody else who I told, I gave them each a different lie, with one of them calling me out on my shit, and I still tried to play it off like the lie was the truth. And when I told, well, besides Gold Mario, when I told my other friend, well, one of my other friends, the real reason, he seemed just pretty fucking let down about it. I mean, I still feel bad on it, because, like, I was not thinking about how they would actually feel. Looking back on it now, let down and just dumped the way that he was. But, yeah, no, I just let my nerves and whatnot get to me. Because, like I said, the reason why I decided to just flake out of nowhere is, I guess, because I was so, you know, picked on in middle and at the time most of high school. I guess the way how I knew I was seen around the school, which again, it's still partially my fault. I mean, but kids are fucking mean, but I wasn't helping my case. I wasn't seen in one of the best lights around school. Again, I was known as the weird kid, the crazy kid who talks to himself, and all that shit. And when I thought about it, I'm like, with the exception of Gold Mario, everybody else in our friend group had somebody to go with, and Gold Mario had someone specifically that he was going to go for, that he knew was going to prom. Oh, look at me, I'm fucking shaking talking about this, I don't know why. But there was somebody he actually was going to attempt to talk to at prom. And I mean, when I think about it like this, yeah, we all meet up, we party and whatnot, but everybody has something else really to do while we're there. And I'm just the one here who just nobody. It's like being all alone again in uncharted territory. Again, all of our friends had dates. They all had somebody to fucking go there with, and it's just like, yeah, I could maybe have hung out with Gold Mario, but at the same time, it's like I'm not just gonna stick around while you're trying to shoot your shot. You feel me? Like, if you have someone you want to go for, I'm just gonna back away, put my hands up. You do you, man. You get it, bro. Like that's yours. The target, the chance, the opportunity is right there. Go for it. But then when I think about it, I'm just like, okay, but now what do I do? Again, everybody. I mean, I'm mostly known around the school as a weird kid. I mean, I'm willingly throwing myself to the wolves here. I'm fucking just Daniel in the lion's den if God didn't save him. You feel me? It's just, again, everybody knows I'm the weird kid, so nobody's probably going to be inclined to socialize with me. And I would just look like a fucking sad case sitting around, nobody to talk to. And I'm like, yeah, I'm looked bad enough as is. Why would I want to make that worse? And so I let my nerves and I let my just straight up just lack of good judgment dictate my actions to basically flake out on my friends. And again, they never brought this up. Even the day after, nobody just decided to collectively come together and talk. Because I'm pretty sure if one or two of them had caught wind or got wise as to what I was doing, I'm pretty sure they would have dragged my ass out of my house and brought me to prom, period. Like, they were that kind of friend, but that's practically what happened. And I was talking to Gold Mario the other day, and I was like, yeah, I used to be outgoing. I used to be an extrovert. But now at this point, I'm practically just a fucking introverted shut-in. I'm basically Retsuko after her encounter with that one guy who tried to kill her. That's me at this point. I just want nothing to do with the outside world. I just want to stay indoors. Even before COVID became a thing, I just wanted to just stay inside, and I still kind of do. I mean, yeah, Gold Mario is just kind of pushing me to like, dude, for fuck's sakes, go outside. And I'm just over here like, the outside world is my enemy. Why would I want to go in enemy territory? Fuck out of here with that shit. But it's just talking to him about it recently, I'm just like, you know, most if not a very, very good majority of my life choices that I've made, I'm more or less content with. I mean, yeah, they're in the past, and there's really nothing I can do unless humanity comes out with some form of time-traveling device, in which case I might rethink that idea. But until then, the past is the past, and there's nothing we can do to change it, therefore, I'm content with it. But when I think about this specific choice, I'm still questioning, did I make the right choice? And yeah, I've had the thought of this specific choice multiple times, but it's normally when I'm already, like, preoccupied with something else, so I just more or less push the thought into, like, the back of my head and just don't really think about it that much. But now, at the time, I was like showering, so I was just alone with my thoughts, and I actually had a moment to dwell on the choice I made. And when he asked me, he's like, are you feeling guilty? Do you feel remorseful? I'm like, I'm not even sure. I'm not sure if I'm remorseful, if I feel guilty, or if it's just morbid curiosity of, I wonder what would have happened if I would, like, see, if you know me personally, you know, like, the subject of time, space, time travel, you know, past, present, future, you know, that shit kind of excites me. Just messing with time, that just excites me. What if scenarios are my shit? So, when I have that thought, and I'm like, I guess it was just more. I told him it's more or less. I don't know. Maybe it's just curiosity. Just I wonder, like, what would have happened should if I decided to not cave into going, and I feel like if he's watching this, which I'm probably sure he will at some point, I'm pretty sure he's just holding a little bit of malice against me for it, and I don't blame him. I fucking do deserve that. But he's not the only one who honestly is upset with me about the choice I made. My mom at one point was pissed at me because she told me specifically to tell her when prom was coming up. And for the most part, again, in the beginning, I did plan on going. I did actually plan on going. It's just my dumbass forgot to tell her. But then the week before, and when I realized that it was a week before, I just kept my mouth shut. I consciously knew what was coming up, and I just, no, it's best she doesn't know. What she doesn't know won't kill us. So keep it quiet. Wait until afterwards, because then there's nothing anyone can do about it. In which case, obviously, I did. And when she did end up finding out, I didn't really get in trouble. She was pissed at me for it, but it's like, nothing we can do about it now. And no, and before anyone decides to ask, no, I didn't go my senior year either. If I didn't go my junior year, I sure as shit was not going the next year. But I guess I just let my own insecurities get the better of me, and because of that, I not only let down a good number of my friends for not being at the place that I promised that I was going to be, I also lied straight, well, I guess not to their faces, because it was more or less over a group chat we were in, but I guess for lack of a better term, I kind of did lie straight to their faces, because I fucking told them straight up different, I told them different lies. I told one of them that I was feeling sick and that I wasn't gonna go and spread any sickness to anybody else, so I was gonna stay home. I told somebody else that, oh shit, I just fucking forgot that prom was this week, and tickets are probably sold out, so I just won't go. I ended up telling another friend that, money is tight at home, and so we just decided not to get me anything to go to prom in, because odds are I'm probably going to wear it once, and then I'm probably not going to touch it afterward, so it would just be a waste of money. Not to mention, I think our prom tickets were like $25 to $30 or some shit, so it's like, not only were we paying $25 to $30 to get a ticket, because it was like $25 to $30 each, but then you're also spending like money on a good looking suit, because let's face it, nobody, not even myself, would want to go to someplace formal like that looking like a fucking slob. I dress like a slob on a fucking daily basis, but that's like if I'm going to like, I don't know, someplace like Food Lion or fucking Walmart. Let's be real here, you don't dress to impress when you go to Walmart. But then I told somebody else that that I was going to be out of town during the prom week, and so then I told each of them different lies. And granted, all of them except for one person in our friend group called me out on my shit. And you would not believe how much I was sweating knowing that he called me out, because my instant thought was, oh shit, is he going to tell everybody else? Because if so, then I can just basically kiss all of this preparation to avoid it goodbye. Or was he just going to come and drag me there himself and try to cover up everything? Either way, your boy was panicking. So it's just I don't know. And then I told a friend of mine who knew me very well in Texas, and I'm like, so I told him the same thing I'm telling you guys, the whole scenario and everything, and I was surprised to hear just the absolute anger in his voice. Because he knew me around a time where I was heavily outgoing, the fuck everybody, they can suck my cock attitude. the everybody, if you choose to be against me, then fuck it, we fight to the end of the entire earth itself type of attitude, to take no prisoners, and I don't give a shit. So for him to hear that I've practically, for lack of a better term, turned into a little bitch, he absolutely was livid. I was shocked, because for one thing, this friend of mine, he's known to subconsciously censor himself. He's known to not want to curse, but after I finished telling him the whole situation, everything that happened, who did what and why, he lost his shit. And when I say he lost his shit, I want to say every 5 words he dropped the F-bomb. I'm not even kidding. I had my AirPods on, and I had to kind of like take them off and sit them down for a second, just to like, oh my god, what the hell? Like, this was a side of him I don't think I've ever seen before, and it caught me so off guard. But he was not happy with what I told him, my decisions, and what I've practically become. Yep, so that was that. So thinking back on the decision I made, I still question if I made the right choice. I mean, obviously you're gonna want to feel comfortable in every situation, but it's just more or less I let my nerves get the better of me, and what other people would have thought of me get to me. Because I mean, when I think about it, I mean, yeah, again, kids are mean. Everyone's gonna have their moments, and every high school has their social outcasts. I mean, obviously I was the social outcast for basically my entire life, but when I think about it, I really have changed into a little bitch now. When I think, when I actually dwell on the thought, it's like when I look at who I once was, just the everybody can kiss my ass attitude, and what I think of now, just a basic shut-in, or everybody outside the front door of my apartment is my enemy, sort of thing. God damn. What have I turned into? And it sucks because, looking back on that decision, I kind of just want to see, out of just morbid curiosity, what would have happened. Should I have not let my nerves get me? But, I mean, what's done is done. What's in the past is in the past, and, moving forward, I don't think I'll change from this. I mean, I've basically lived like this for years now. Kind of gonna be hard to just, even ease back into it. I mean, at this point, the only real reason I go outside is I either walk to the store if I'm being dragged places like Walmart or something like that, or if I'm going to work. And even then, I only get a couple days a week, so I'm not really going outside to begin with. And the only other time I can just see myself going outside of my own volition is, I don't know, if I just decide one day, I feel like playing Pokemon Go, which is uncommon. I mean, at this point, I have an excuse to stay indoors because COVID's a thing again, but before I didn't really have a reason, and I swear, even though my friends did say, like, they didn't really care what I did with my life in terms of personally, I feel like some of them are pissed with me on how I'm acting because of the fact of how I used to carry myself, and the fact that I've introduced my current friends with my Texas friends, and they've gotten to talking and know what I used to be like, so to see the complete drastic change I'm pretty sure they're... I mean, it's justified, but I'm pretty sure they're pissed with me too. But yeah, that's a little depressed story time for you guys, I guess. I don't know. What are y'all thoughts on the situation? I guess leave them in the comments. I don't know. I can't exactly stop you. I'm too lazy to just delete shit if somebody honestly says things I don't like. I mean, I'm used to being bullied. I'm used to taking the shit and just kind of living with it. So, I mean, do your worst, I guess. It's kind of what I'm expecting at this point, is just the do your worst, I've already had worse sort of thing. So, and like nothing you can do is honestly worse than what I've already been through. But yeah, just honest opinions. What's your take on this? Am I wrong? Am I justified? Are there any faults here? Or is this just another case of someone being depressed? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. As always, I'm HyperShatic46. Keep a lookout for the 7 Chaos Emeralds, all that bullshit, the Chaos Control the like button. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Deuces.